it's hard not to get completely frozen in shock when you really contemplate the climate catastrophe going on and that has been going on and shows no signs of stopping, especially today as Hurricane Milton is looking really strong, really bad, coming right for Florida, especially right after Hurricane Helene. And just not, I feel like even the floodwater, there's still so much going on there, and there's so much that we don't know, and so much that we don't know is going to happen. And I just watched a video on the floods and their after effects in Vermont, and yeah, I think honestly, one of the most important types of documentaries to watch these days is of a place that had been in a natural disaster after the disaster, long after the disaster. I was just in Joplin, Missouri, and they were hit in 2011 by a mega tornado. My aunt and uncle each have their own stories. Like, everyone who was there knows exactly what happened on that day. And it was close to hitting them, too. They're pretty close. And a lot of people were killed. It was really devastating. It took out the hospital in Joplin. And yeah, just why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because natural disasters are really scary and they're really all encompassing, and it feels like not enough is being done to help in the aftermath, and not enough is being done to slow down climate change and reduce our emissions. Oh, but I was talking about that because I think looking at some documentaries about places after natural disaster has hit is really informative. And maybe it will help you prepare for something that could hit your region. And yeah, just open your mind. And in fact, as someone who suffers from a lot of like climate dread and climate fear, sometimes you really do have to look it straight on and dig into something, because the avoidance, but yet being affected by it, sometimes hurts even more. And yeah, I think about, especially today, honestly, I probably had been self-censoring my own fear and dread of like the world and everything going on, and especially according to climate change, partially because that was something that really affected Riley. We watched the Adam McKay movie about climate change, Don't Look Up, together, and it deeply affected them, and they were really angry, and it kind of set them off, and it was fine. Like, they didn't, it wasn't anything out of the norm. But just knowing how much that affected them, I think in my head I would be like, I'm gonna trot around this a little more carefully, because what for me might just be pushing out a random thought, I thought could be something that like they see and they reckon with, and they really catastrophize, and it upsets and triggers them, and they don't reach out. And so I probably erred on the side of caution there, which now I rethink, like, oh, was I stepping on tenter? What is that phrase? Was I trying not to step on eggshells around Riley? No, that's not true. But just when someone struggles, there's extra considerations you make. I don't think that's wrong. And even today that they're not here, I know that's something that a lot of people I love really worry about. It's something I worry about a lot. And so do I still self-censor? I don't know. It's hard to know how to talk about some things. And thankfully, we're not all talking heads. Like, it's important to have conversations and understand what's going on around you. But at the end of the day, we're all just pooping and farting like everyone else. Okay, my mouth's getting dry. Bye.